Welcome to My Student Support System. In today's class, we will discuss about hepatitis B. This lecture is in English, and if you want to study in Hindi, just click on I button and you will get link of Hindi lecture, or you can directly visit to channel My Student Support System. What is hepatitis? Viral hepatitis may be defined as the infection and inflammation of liver caused by any one of about half dozen viruses. These are hepatitis A virus, hepatitis B virus, hepatitis C virus, hepatitis D virus, hepatitis E virus, and hepatitis G virus. In today's class, we will focus on hepatitis B virus. So, what is hepatitis B? Hepatitis B is an acute systemic infection with major pathology in the liver caused by hepatitis B virus, which results in jaundice. What is causative agent of hepatitis B? Hepatitis B is caused by a virus named hepatitis B virus or HBV. It was first discovered by Blumberg in 1963. HBV is a complex 42 nanometer double-shelled DNA virus. Originally known as DIN particle, it replicates in liver cell. How it spreads? Human being is the only reservoir of infection which can be spread through the carriers or cases. Means patient may spread, or the person who is carrier of this hepatitis that can also spread the infection. Hepatitis B is mainly, or especially we can say, it is a blood-borne disease or blood-borne infection. It is transmitted by infected blood and blood products through transfusion or blood transfusion, dialysis process, using contaminated syringes and needles, and accidental skin prick during the laboratory activities or hospital activities. It may also spread during surgical procedures, dental procedures, immunization, traditional tattooing, ear piercing, nose piercing, ritual circumcision, acupuncture even, if the instrument which is used for piercing is contaminated. The virus is quite stable in the environment and is capable of surviving at least 7 days on surfaces. Means it can spread through the infected surfaces or instruments. Spread of infection from the HBV carriers, and especially if they are going to be mothers, they can spread their infection to their unborn babies or during the birth to their babies. The majority of children born to mothers who are positive become chronically infected, and the hepatitis B virus is also included in sexually transmitted disease group. Means it spreads through unprotected sex. What are signs and symptoms of hepatitis B? The sign and symptom of hepatitis B includes yellow discoloration of the eyes or skin, and which is known as jaundice, yellow discoloration of urine, pain abdomen, nausea, vomiting, joint pain, loss of appetite, means patient do not want to eat something, or refusal of it, weakness and fatigue, fever, but we can also see the patients who are asymptomatic, and 33% of total cases are asymptomatic. What diagnosis we do for the confirmation of the case? After seeing the patient or observing the sign and symptoms suggesting hepatitis B, we go for some blood investigations. Specific antigen related to hepatitis B and antibody confirms the diagnosis. Three clinical useful antigen antibody system are identified for hepatitis B, that is hepatitis B surface antigen and antibody to HBsAg, hepatitis B core antigen means HBcAg and antibody to HBcAg, and hepatitis B E antigen and antibody to hepatitis EAG. So this test uses the serum for investigation. Apart from this, we go for liver ultrasound, a special ultrasound called transient elastography can show the amount of liver damage, and then liver biopsy also. Liver biopsy can be done to find out the liver condition and damage to the liver cells. Treatment. The treatment for hepatitis B is, again we can say it is difficult. Normally a lot of cases go into complication if left untreated. So the major focus should be on prevention. Still we try. An injection of immunoglobulin can be given 12 hours after exposure to the virus, and which help to protect from getting sick with the hepatitis B, because this treatment provides only a short-term protection. Then some antiviral drugs can be given, such as entecavir and tenofovir, lamivudine or adifovir, and even telbuodine can help to fight the virus and slow its ability to damage the liver. But again, we should keep in mind that till date 100% cure from hepatitis B cannot be expected. We can reduce only the process of damage, but still damage will be there. So again, prevention is better than cure for hepatitis B. Okay, apart from this, we can try interferon alpha 2B injection, which is a substance which fights the infections, and it is used mainly for young people with hepatitis B who wish to avoid long-term treatment, or the woman who might want to get pregnant within few years. Then finally, if the terminal stage is reached, then liver transplant is the only option, but the problem is lack of donations. So the best is prevention, and for prevention, first effort should be vaccination. Hepatitis B vaccine is available, then why we should not go for vaccination? It is recommended to immunize a newborn with the 0 dose of hepatitis B at birth, and then 3 doses. Nowadays it is given with pentavalent vaccine, 5 vaccines in one shot at 6 months, 10 months and 12 months. For adult vaccination, 3 doses of hepatitis B is given at 0, 1 and 6 months. Normally the dose is 0.5 ml, but after 18 years, 1 ml dose is given. Then second is keeping the precautions, especially universal precautions, blood-borne precautions. This can prevent the hepatitis B, such as all blood donors should be screened for HBV infection, and those which are positive with this Australian antigen should be rejected. Voluntary blood donation should be encouraged because the purchased blood has shown the higher risk post-transfusion hepatitis B. Then health personnel, all the health personnel who are working in the hospitals, they should be sensitized to the importance of adequate sterilization of the all instruments and practice of simple hygiene measures. Carriers should also be told not to share razor and toothbrushes, use barrier methods of contraception like a condom, and they should not donate blood. A sterile syringes and needles are essential for each individual receiving any skin test, parenteral inoculations, immunization, vaccination, venipuncture, or they should use disposal syringes. Discourage tattooing and force aseptic sanitary practices for tattooing parlors, including proper disposal of sharp and cutting tools, and use all the rules of biomedical waste management. Thank you student for watching this video. You can subscribe the channel so that you can get notification of latest upcoming videos. You can like Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and you can visit Blogger for making your notes and join Facebook group Nursing Notes. Thank you. Have a nice day.